Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I am Valsa Williams with the Midday News. The headlines. 9th International Micro-Irrigation Conference begins in Aurangabad. Water Resources Minister Nitin Gadkari says Centre is supporting state governments facing financial constraints in irrigation projects. Supreme Court dismisses pleas of 5 states seeking modification of its earlier order regarding selection of Director Generals of Police. Marketing guru Philip Kotler congratulates Prime Minister Narendra Modi for being conferred Philip Kotler Presidential Award for outstanding leadership and selfless service to the country. In Britain, Prime Minister Theresa May to face no confidence motion following Parliament's rejection of Brexit deal. And in Australian Open, Indian challenge in men's doubles ends with the exit of Leander Paes, Rohan Bopanna and Divij Sharan in opening rounds. The 9th International Micro-Irrigation Conference begins in Aurangabad, Maharashtra. Union Water Resources Minister Nitin Gadkari inaugurated the conference. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Gadkari said the central government has taken several new initiatives for water conservation and it is supporting states in irrigation projects.
Basically, the irrigation is a subject related with the state government. But because of financial constraint, it is quite difficult for the state government to execute the project. The first time in the central government, our government has taken a decision to support the state government for irrigation projects. The other important thing which new innovative things where my department want to implement and where the huge financial investment is expected. It is particularly related with the river connectivity project.
Mr. Gadkari said micro-irrigation system is very important for agriculture and rural economy. Our correspondent reports the theme of the conference is micro-irrigation and modern agriculture.
The 3-day conference will have exhibitions and sessions to create public awareness for the use of micro-irrigation on large scale. 740 delegates, including 100 foreign delegates from 56 countries, will attend the conference. The conference aims to share experiences in the use of new technologies and best management practices in drip, micro-sprinkles and other localized irrigation system. As water stress spreads around the globe, the major challenges of the future would be to produce more crops with less water in sustainable manner. Micro-irrigation in the form of drip, trickles and localized irrigation has emerged as one of the key interventions for water saving and improving crop productivity. Rituraj, AIR News.
The Supreme Court today dismissed the pleas of 5 states seeking modification of its order issued last year on the selection and appointment of Director Generals of Police, DGPs. The Apex Court was hearing applications of various state governments including Punjab, Kerala, West Bengal, Haryana and Bihar seeking implementation of their local laws regarding the selection and appointment of DGPs. A bench headed by Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi said the earlier directions of the court on selection and appointment of DGPs were issued in larger public interest and to protect the police officials from political interference. Several states were seeking modification of the Apex Court's earlier order directing all the states to mandatorily take the assistance of the UPSC in shortlisting the names for appointing DGPs. The top court on July the 3rd last year passed a slew of directions on police reforms in the country. It said the states will have to send a list of senior police officers to the UPSC at least 3 months prior to the retirement of the incumbent. The Commission will then prepare a panel and intimate the states, which in turn will immediately appoint one of the persons from that list. Marketing guru Philip Kotler has congratulated Prime Minister Narendra Modi for being conferred the first ever Philip Kotler Presidential Award. In a series of tweets, Mr. Kotler said Prime Minister Modi has been selected for the award for his outstanding leadership and selfless service towards India, combined with his tireless energy. He said Mr. Modi's efforts have resulted in extraordinary economic, social and technological advances in India. A Kotler Leadership Award leader is one who believes in representative government, social justice and believes that a good society builds a healthy business climate. Mr. Kotler said on these criteria, Prime Minister Modi stood the highest. Mr. Modi had received the first ever Philip Kotler Presidential Award on Monday. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. You can also log on to our website, newsonair.nic.in. The Bombay High Court has ordered Best Workers, the civic-run transport undertaking in Mumbai, to withdraw the bus strike that entered the 9th day today. A formal announcement to the effect is likely to come from the Best Union in a short while from now. Mumbaikars have been facing a lot of hardships since last Tuesday, when 3,200-odd buses went off the roads. Since the last 8 days, at least 125 Maharashtra state transport buses have been running on the city roads, ferrying passengers. On Monday, around 160 buses provided service, while yesterday 151 buses ferried passengers to their destinations. The Bombay High Court yesterday had directed the Best Workers Union to take a final decision on the withdrawal of its ongoing strike and inform the court on Wednesday. In Uttar Pradesh, striking hard on the SP-BSP alliance, BJP leader and Union Health Minister J.P. Nadda today said the base of this alliance is corruption and commission. Addressing media persons at the state BJP headquarters in Lucknow, he said the central government as well as the state government has done many development works for the people, and his party will definitely get support from the people.
उज्ज्वला योजना गरीब के लिए 8.25 करोड़ लोगों को गैस का कनेक्शन देना, 18,000 गांवों को बिजली से कनेक्शन से जोड़ना और करोड़ों लोगों के घर में बिजली पहुंचाना, ये इसी छोटी अवधि में काम हुआ। जो हमारा डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट ट्रांसफर है, एक मेजर इंटरवेंशन के कारण लगभग 431 स्कीम्स में 4 लाख करोड़ रुपए का डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट ट्रांसफर हुआ है।
Additional Secretary in Petroleum and Natural Gas Ministry Rajiv Bansal today emphasized the importance of fuel conservation. Launching the Sanrakshan Kshamta Mahotsav in New Delhi, Mr. Bansal said India has limited number of petroleum resources, therefore the need of the hour is that the resources must be conserved. He said people should also switch to renewable energy. He also called for promoting solar energy and said natural resources of energy must be preserved to reduce India's dependency on imports. Information and Broadcasting Ministry has decided to lend support of 5 lakh rupees to organize the 2nd Jharkhand International Film Festival JIFF in Ranchi from the 1st to the 3rd of next month. The ministry will provide financial support to meet hiring charges of the venue, projection and sound system, and cost of printing of brochures and cost of publicity. It will also be providing a package of Indian panorama films for the festival under children's section, short films, documentary section and feature films section. JIFF aims to present not only the best Indian and international films but also to showcase the best of Jharkhand regional films. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has said that the first Shahi Snan on the first day of Kumbh at Prayagraj drew a record crowd of over 2 crore 25 lakh devotees. Our correspondent reports that local administration has taken several steps to keep the Mela clean.
More than 1,20,000 toilets and 20,000 workers for cleaning have been deputed for making clean Kumbh. Besides this, nearly 1,500 Swakshagrahis are being engaged for the Kumbh. Talking to AIR News, one of the Swakshagrahi, Pawan said,
यहाँ पे लमसम 2 महीने के लिए ट्रेनिंग आपदा दी गई है, व्यवस्थाएं दी गई है, इससे हम लोग बहुत सहमत हैं और बहुत ही देखने में अच्छा लग रहा है। जो स्वच्छग्राहियों को हम लोग को यहाँ चुना गया है, जो जिस प्रकार से हम लोग ट्रेनिंग दिया गया है।
Over 500 volunteers from NSS and NCC have been deployed to help people in Kumbh Mela. One of them, Shreya, said it was a great feeling to help others.
हर किसी सेक्टर में कुछ ग्रुप्स लगते हैं, हर ग्रुप के अंदर मिनिमम 10 या मिनिमम 15 बच्चे हैं, बॉयज एंड गर्ल्स सब, एनसीसी के हों, एसएस के हों, सबको इसके अंदर है। और हम लोग ये ड्यूटी करते हैं, मतलब सेल्फ हेल्प होता नहीं है कि किसी की सेवा भाव से सेवा करना, इसी के लिए हम लोग यहाँ पर आए हुए हैं।
With MS Yadav, Shashank Kumar, AIR News, Kumbh Mela, Prayagraj.
Railways Minister Piyush Goyal today asked Railway Protection Force and Government Railway Police officers to work together to ensure security of railway passengers. Addressing All India Conference on Railway Security, the minister said the government wants to install the best equipment and bring modern technology to prevent crime and instill a sense of security in passengers. He stressed on adequate training of RPF and GRP and said the approach of zero tolerance towards crime should be taken. Speaking on the occasion, Home Minister Rajnath Singh said there has been improvement in RPF as compared to earlier in the past 4 years. He said RPF officers should have compassion and deal in a friendly manner with the common masses. He said his ministry will provide every assistance that might be required for rail safety and security of passengers. In Rajasthan, senior leader of Congress and former Central Minister C.P. Joshi today elected Speaker of 15th Legislative Assembly. Leader of the House, Ashok Gehlot, proposed his name for the Speaker, which was seconded by Deputy Chief Minister Sachin Pilot, Leader of Opposition Gulab Chand Kataria and leaders of other parties and some independent candidates. Addressing the House after taking charge as Speaker, Mr. Joshi said that every member will be given a chance to raise people's voice under the rules and regulations. In Britain, Prime Minister Theresa May will face a no-confidence motion after the Parliament rejected the Brexit deal. This is the biggest defeat ever suffered by a British Premier in modern history. A desk report.
Theresa May's bid to get the withdrawal agreement struck between Britain and European Union, passed by House of Commons, was defeated by a majority of 230 votes. Over 100 lawmakers of May's Conservative Party, both Brexiteers and Remainers, overwhelmingly voted against the deal. May's defeat also marks the collapse of her 2-year strategy of forging an amicable divorce with the EU after the exit on March 29. According to the Britain's parliamentary procedure, when a bill is rejected by the MPs, the Prime Minister has 3 sitting days to return to Parliament with a Plan B. It is expected that May will head to Brussels today to try and secure further concessions from the EU before coming back to UK Parliament with a new proposal. This could be put to vote by the MPs. Tripti Srivastav, News Desk.
Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta said today that all terrorists who had stormed a hotel complex in Nairobi had been eliminated after an almost 20-hour siege that left 14 people dead. In a televised address to the nation, Kenyatta confirmed that the security operation is over and all terrorists have been eliminated. He said 14 people had been killed and 700 civilians rescued from the building. In the Australian Open, the Indian challenge in men's doubles ended with the exit of Leander Paes, Rohan Bopanna and Divij Sharan in the opening rounds. In the men's doubles, the pair of Leander Paes and Emre Svarela were defeated 7-5, 7-6 by A. Krajcek and A. Sitak. In another match, Rohan Bopanna and Divij Sharan were defeated by Carreno Busta, G. Garcia Lopez 6-1, 4-6, 7-5. Maharashtra is still leading in the medals tally of Khelo India Youth Games with 177 medals including 64 gold. Delhi is at the second position with 121 medals including 47 gold, followed by Haryana with 110 medals including 37 gold. Our correspondent has more on this.
Khelo India Youth Games under-17 girls from Maharashtra and Delhi entered in Kho-Kho finals today. In semi-finals, Maharashtra beat Punjab 7-6 and Delhi beat Gujarat 7-6. League matches of basketball also started today. Rajasthan and Haryana have won their matches. In today's schedule, youth players will be seen in action on ground of basketball, boxing, hockey, kabaddi, kho-kho, table tennis, volleyball. In shooting, 5 gold medals will be decided today. Nitin Gadkari for AIR News, Pune.
Benchmark indices today logged gains for the second session in afternoon trade. Sensex and Nifty both climbed 0.25% amid mixed Asian markets. The Sensex at the Bombay Stock Exchange gained 94 points to trade at 36,412. The Nifty at the National Stock Exchange also added 29 points to 10,916 level a short while ago. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. 9th International Micro-Irrigation Conference begins in Aurangabad. Water Resources Minister Nitin Gadkari says centre is supporting state governments facing financial constraints in irrigation projects. Supreme Court dismisses pleas of 5 states seeking modification of its earlier order regarding selection of Director Generals of Police. Marketing Guru Philip Kotler congratulates Prime Minister Narendra Modi for being conferred Philip Kotler Presidential Award for outstanding leadership and selfless service to the country. In Britain, Prime Minister Theresa May to face no confidence motion following Parliament's rejection of Brexit deal. And in Australian Open, Indian Challenge in men's doubles ends with the exit of Leander Paes, Rohan, Bopanna and Divij, Sharan in opening rounds. And with that, we end the midday news.